The Lord is our shepherd, I shall not want. Him maketh I like down in a green pastures. Him leadeth I beside still water them. Him restoreth I soul. Him leadeth I in the path of righteousness for him name's sake. Yea! Though I RASTA go walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I can't fear no evil. For thy rod and thy staff them comforted I and I. Who prepare at a table before I in the presence of our enemy them. Who anointed I head with no oil, me cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy I go follow I all the days of I even. May I go dwell in the house of the Lord God. Ja, Kadamawe, Gromabea, Taylor, where 2 and 3 meet in the name of the Most High Ja. And that's so Jaja de. If Jaja never build up your house, the builder I go build it in vain. Same way, if Jaja never watch upon your house, the watchman I go watch it in vain. The name of the Lord is a strong tower, and the righteous run into it, and they may save. Many are the afflictions of the righteous, but Ja shall deliver him from all of them. How Mauso Bolisa, Adanoto, it was simply a 4. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين Amen. This is the Black Pot, aka AKUFO-ADDO, where we speak truth to power. And my name, Black Rasta. Now, in every traditional African home, there is a black pot, and each time this black pot sits on the fire, there is something super sumptuous cooking. Ingredients of so many different types, shapes, and sizes. Leave aside all their differences and relocate into the black pot, where they are subjected to some amount of heating, and then they produce food. Ironically, they do not even partake in the eating of the food. It is us, the eaters, who do. For the black pot and the ingredients, no. Yet every time they will rise to the occasion, making sure that sumptuous food is prepared, and they do not even partake in the eating of the food. What moral do we get from this? Generational thinking, collaboration. How many of us believe that all poor people are lazy? How many people believe that as long as I work so hard to have this, no other person is deserving of participating in the enjoyment of the product? How many of us believe that we should forget about tomorrow and rather concentrate on today? How many of us refuse to plant trees? All because we know we will not live long enough to enjoy the shades and the fruits of the trees. So we opt for tomatoes and pepper that we can harvest quickly, eat before we die. My brother, my sister, this is all the show is talking about. Generational thinking. Rewiring the mindset of the average Ghanaian, the average African. It's all about patriotism, no politics. That is why we say we are in the service of God and country. Here we don't criticize. But if we must criticize, we would just criticize to build and not to destroy. That's why we say we are in the ultimate service of the Most High Yahweh. This is the Black Pot, aka AKUFO-ADDO, and we are live. Live on YouTube. Our YouTube channel is Black Empire Media, and we are also live, in fact, super live on Facebook. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, subscribe to our Facebook channel, and hit on the notification bell so that each time we are on, you would be the first to see us. This is the Black Pot, aka AKUFO-ADDO, where we speak truth to power, and I'm most excited to be with you. I want to say thank you so much to Is It. Is It simply means in spirit, in truth. And it is the newest social media app that is hitting us all the way from America, built by Ghanaian engineers in America. And the good thing about it is the fact that it is so positive. Now, if your regular social media platform gives you nothing but racism, nudity, and even violence, this is the app that sounds like you. Oh yes, gravitate. Oh, jump ships and join us on Is It. Now, Is It is easy to use. You can go live. You can make video and audio calls. You can even text message. And another special thing about Is It is that there's no negativity on the platform. Download this for free from Google Play and App Store, and everything is up there for keeps. This is the Blakk Pot, aka AKUFO-ADDO, and here we speak truth to power. Thanks so much for joining us. Please share the broadcast, like and share as well, and comment, because we'll be reading your comments right in the middle of the show and also towards the end of the show. 2 chunks, in fact, of messages. So you can also be part of the show. This is the Blakk Pot, aka AKUFO-ADDO, where we speak truth to power. And today we have 5 very interesting issues to look at. If you are ready, come here. Now the very first story is rolling on your screen. And what does it say? It says, huge anticipation for Mahama comeback. Now, if you happen to live in Ghana, one thing is clear. So many people are clamoring to have John Dramani Mahama return. He was our president. In fact, he was a vice president to the great John Evans Atta Mills. He went ahead to win the election, and then he lost in his second attempt at the presidency. He was shocked because he believed he was doing well. In his own utterances at the time, he said, posterity and Ghanaians will judge me for what work I did in my tenure of office. Before he left office, he had become so unpopular. Nobody wanted to hear about him. There was so much corruption. Every Ghanaian had lost hope. But he was sure that Ghanaians will return to him and say, oh, you did a very good job. He left. He was interviewed one time and asked if he was going to return for a second bid at the presidency. He said he was not sure and he didn't know. But it looks like he has made up his mind now and he's coming back on the ticket of the NDC. My brother, my sister, and Ghanaians are running helter-skelter, saying that this is the man they want to be president. Has he learned his lessons? His government was corrupt. You can't take that away. His government made Ghanaians poor. Has he learned his lessons of corruption? Has he learned his lessons of empowering Ghanaians and putting them in the right places to be able to make them truly economically independent? These are the questions we are asking. But what is the evidence that Ghanaians truly want this man out of wherever he's hiding back into the presidency? He's presently in Canada. He's moving from Canada to the United States of America and some other such places, gathering the views of Ghanaians abroad and clamoring around them to be able to rope them into his next government should he be elected president. John Dramani Mahama comes all the way from the northern region of Ghana. His father was also a statesman. His father was a politician. John Dramani Mahama believes that he will be the next president of Ghana, and that will not be the first time he is president. But in the history of Ghana, this will be the first time a president lost a second bid, and then he comes back to win. That's if he is able to win in the next coming elections. But there's a man who believes that this is the right man for the job. Come here! This is the man. How many of us know Mr. Amoah? He was in the Ghanaian army, and then he retired and formed a bank. The bank collapsed. They say, Kromeya there and Urubutum. My brother, my sister, Yes, it's Kaya Brantie. The Akan people of Ghana have this powerful proverb. They say, money can make you young and money can make you old, depending on whether you have it or not. They also say, if you would enjoy the town, then you must have money. Amoah Bing, after he lost his bank, degraded so badly. And all of a sudden, all the beautiful aesthetics around him vanished. And he looked old and shabby. But Amoah Bing is here to say something. He's been granting interviews around. And this is one of them. Run it, my youth. Watch it. And this is captured by Ghana Web. He says, John Mahama is the best person to lead Ghana. Captain Kofi Amoah. Run the radio, my youth. He says, Captain retired Prince Kofi Amoah, a former personnel of the Ghana Armed Forces and the founder of the now defunct UT Bank, has said that former President John Dramani Mahama is the best person to lead Ghana now. Come here! Watch me. He says, according to him, Mahama, the presidential candidate for the National Democratic Congress, NDC, from the experience he gained during his first term, knows exactly what to do to move the nation forward. Kofi Amoah, who made these remarks in an interview on Kingdom FM on Thursday, October 26, 2023, added that the former president knows exactly what he did wrong during his first term and would not repeat them. I look at President Mahama, and what I have to say about him is that we have never had somebody who has been president before becoming president again. It's only Mahama. This was what I was telling you. It's going to be the first time ever that a president gets out of the presidency and goes into opposition, and then the people give him the mandate to return. Is it a good thing? They say when people have power, they forget all the good things. It's when they are in opposition that all the reality comes back to them. Has Mahama picked up enough reality from his exclusion from power and governance? Has he been able to garner enough respect for Ghanaians and from Ghanaians to bring him back into power? And therefore, if you ask me, it is worth giving Mahama the chance because he has been there before. Do you think if UT should be back to where it was and I go back, I will repeat those same mistakes? I won't repeat the same mistakes. I know exactly the mistakes that I committed, he said. He urged Ghanaians to seriously consider bringing Mahama back to lead the country during the 2024 elections. Wow. And what did he say again? I think Ghanaians have to take Mahama very seriously because he has been there before. He must have a lot of regrets. He must have a whole lot of things that he wants to change. And I know him to some extent. I know that he's a very, very humane person and quite humble too. Kofi Amoah reiterated that even though Mahama might have been misled on some issues during his first term, that would not happen again. I like the confidence. I can tell you for sure that Mahama by now is feeling the urge to return to power. Mahama is the happiest man on earth right now. That at least the little that he did in his tenure of office, Ghanaians have come to appreciate that, and they want a repetition of that and even more, considering the abysmal performance of Nana AKUFO-ADDO. So many people had so much hopes for Nana AKUFO-ADDO because Mahama had performed so abysmally. And therefore, an old man like Nana AKUFO-ADDO, all of us gravitated towards, believing that he was going to be the Moses that was going to lead us to the promised land. Unfortunately, we have learnt our lessons. Never again would another old man be president of this nation. Maybe not in this generation, other generations to come. Nana AKUFO-ADDO has destroyed the chances for every old man. And I wonder how many people still believe that every old man is wise, as it is said commonly in Africa. I would want to see Mahama return to power. That is, if divinely He is the person God, because I believe in God, has chosen to be able to deal with the national problem. If it's not, may he never win. Everything we do, we put God first. I don't know if you believe in God or not, but it's not important right now. The most important thing, my brother, my sister, is the fact that we need a leader who will not come and sleep on the job. We need a leader with no ego and arrogance. We need a leader who will not run a family and friends government. We need a leader who is devoid of nepotism, pluralism, and nyafu-nyafu-didiism. We need a leader, my brother, my sister, who is a Pan-Africanist. We need a leader who will not even wear a foreign tailored suit any day as the president of this nation and beyond. We need a national carrier, a plane, with Ghana embossed on both sides and even on the tail of the plane. We need a leader who understands what it is to say Ghana from when it was ancient Ghana, the qualities it had, what made the ancient Ghana fall, and what good things we can pick up from the ancient Ghana, incorporate that into modern Ghana and make it tick and talk. That was what Nkrumah wanted to do. Ancient Ghana was the most beautiful empire in the world. People came there to study. Today, my brother, my sister, Captain retired Kofi Amoah says that Mahama is the way. Some people would believe that he's saying this out of bitterness for what the Nana AKUFO-ADDO government did to him. We all remember when this man was in bed with the Nana AKUFO-ADDO government. According to his own words, they had a good time. And when his bank was going to be liquidated, he had gone to give some money to this government through the finance minister. So he expected that the finance minister would have told him, you know what, your bank is in crisis, and for that matter, we would need to liquidate it. Can you defend yourself? But no, they took the money from him, knowing so much that he was indebted and his bank was not on a good standing. They still took the money. He said the following day, they went and liquidated his bank in a Rambo style. That hurt him. Those who knew Kofi Amoah before the closure of his bank and still know him will know that the man has totally deteriorated. Skaya Branti Ampa. Mahama, I have a word for you. Come here, follow me. Come here. Listen, I have said this time and again, it is so clear that you might be the next president of the nation. One, you're going to make history as the first man in the history of this nation. Do you know how important that chunk of history is? To become president, go into opposition and return as president again. I don't know whether you value this chunk of history that much, but you will die and go. Your children would come and go, and it will be in the annals of history for as long as time will permit it. That you were the one who did that. It's enough endorsement for you. If people did not like your first tenure and threw you away, now coming to take you back is more powerful than even voting you for the second tenure in a row. I don't know who understands this. The people were dejected and decided to kick you out. Now you went out and you prophesied to the nation that a time will soon come that the people would come around and say, hey, this guy did well. Posterity will be your judge. This is the time. If I were you, like Amoah said, the mistakes you made whilst you were president, the family and friends who were around you and let you down, what you went through when you were in opposition, the suffering, the dejection, the insults and all that. You know what I'm talking about. I am sure that you won't bring those non-entities back into your space. You had family and friends around you. They betrayed you. I don't want to mention names. Today, some of them are even taking positions in the Nana AKUFO-ADDO government. And you know what I'm talking about. I know you are bitter about it. This is not time for bitterness. Let your success be your revenge. When you come, look at the bigger picture, Ghana. I've spoken to so many different people. People who have brains and think. They say you don't have anything new to bring to Ghana. They believe that you are a spent force and therefore you cannot do anything. But who Jah bless, let no one curse. I know there's something inside you. And that thing inside you, when you come, don't betray it. Look at the bigger picture, Ghana. If only you would listen to me. Bigger picture, anything you are going to do, ask yourself, would it ignore to the benefit of Ghana? If it is no, don't do it. Forget about individualism. Forget about nepotism. Think about the bigger picture, Ghana, so that 4 years later when you are going away, the applause would be the loudest. Don't you want to have your statue in Ghana? Don't you want your name and your photographs all over Ghana? And when people see you, they feel like even worshiping you, like Nkrumah is being worshipped. You have a second chance. I pray that God uses you to make history. I was one of your biggest critics when you were in power. I don't criticize people who are not in power. They have nothing to do to change the reins of power in this nation. When you are in power, my tax money is going to you. I will criticize you if you make mistakes. And I will also applaud you if you do the right thing. I'm sure when you were in power, you didn't like me. I'm sure when you were in power, you felt like, this guy, if I meet him, what I would tell him. But that's it. Now AKUFO-ADDO is feeling the heat now. When he's out of power, he would also sit back and say, oh, wow, this guy has always been like that. This is the Black Pot, a.k.a. Kokoshonomo, where we speak truth to power. Come here! Next story. Now the next story says what? Adwoa Safo loses baby. I know some people would like to respond. Be careful when you are responding to things like this. This is a baby, a child who is so innocent. Do not look at the mother or the parents, what they have done to hurt you probably, and unleash that on the innocent child. If Adwoa Safo has lost a child, I am sad. But this is Adwoa Safo. She's one of the most arrogant politicians we have in this country. Very arrogant, more arrogant than Satan, this guy. Adwoa Safo is the daughter of Safo Kantanka. This woman, in fact, decided to screw up the nation. She's a member of the ruling NPP. So extremely arrogant. She feels like she is God. And when she's talking to people, no respect. That is who she is. And I said this time and again. And she's not brilliant too. She's not in the least brilliant. I hear she's a lawyer. I don't know who gave her that degree. I do not know who gave her those accolades. Not brilliant one bit. It's not there. We all remember when she was vetted. In fact, they just gave her a cherry pie of a vetting and she walked away. But even one question, she couldn't answer properly. You are supposed to be the gender minister. Women and children. Now there is a witch camp in Gambaga where some innocent women are taken to. Some of them are even lynched. When you become that gender minister, now you are just a gender minister designate. What would you do? Oh, I will just rebrand it. You will rebrand the witch camp. What does it mean to say rebrand? Repaint it? Put in air conditioners? Or go right there, these are not witches. What are you going to say? How are you rebranding it? She said she will rebrand the camp. She is not talking about beginning a vigorous education so that the mindset about witches could be tuned. No, I will rebrand the witch camp. But the MPs who vetted her in parliament, because she had a baby, she had to go home and feed, they quickly gave her cherry pie of an interview and let her go for free. But the nation suffered from that silly interview that they had with her. I don't understand why some Ghanaians behave some way. Oh, she's a suckling mother. So because of that, instead of interviewing her for 1 hour, let us give her 5 minutes and let her go. 55 minutes can go to hell. At the end of the day, remember that Ghana is the bigger picture that will fall. Why? To have a baby, is it a certificate to every department? Is it a certificate of competence? Huh? To have a baby, is it a certificate of competence? When she was interviewed and they gave her that cherry pie of an interview, I said one thing and I'm going to repeat it. Yes, she has a baby. Let's give her consideration. We could have done a Zoom interview. We could have even gone to her house. Better still, we could have encouraged her to bring the baby and suckle the baby right in front of her like our mothers do in the marketplaces. She's not better than our mothers who suckle their babies in public. Does it make them less of ladies? But she kept the baby at home and came for the interview, and they rushed the interview and let her off the hook. And then she started to misbehave like the bad character and habit that she has. This woman here. I met her once in the Parliament House. Nasty behavior. No respect. This woman. What did she do next? She left the gender ministry and ran away to America. And when Dome Kwabenya started crying because she was their MP, where is this woman? She quickly told them, my family first. My family first. Now the oath of office she swore that she will put Ghana first had all of a sudden been relegated to the background. And she said her family first. Look at the arrogance with which she spoke at that time. Now elections are coming and all of a sudden she's become so saintly. What a joker. My brother, this is Adwoa Safo. She comes from a rich family. That is why probably they think they are better than everybody. My brother, my sister, the president was so embarrassed he had to sack this woman. She wrote a letter thanking the president for giving her the opportunity. She left Ghana for more than 1 year. She wasn't ready to return to the ministry. When it was time to vote for e-levy, electronic levy, and they needed all the votes in parliament, they were treating her like a queen. And she also took a huge ransom from them. According to her baby father, Canada, Japan, they paid money into her Fidelity bank account. Huge amount of money. It was almost like a bribe for her to come to the Parliament House and vote for her party. She wasn't ready to come. She took the money before she came, even when she arrived in Ghana, jingoisms and gymnastics. She decided to take her party to ransom. She took the party captive. And all the party members were angry now. Long and short story. She succeeded in drilling the party. But the president also sacked her. When she was sacked, everything went down. E-levy was passed, and there was now peace. She found her way back into Ghana. We saw her on TikTok and Facebook singing happy birthday to her child, dancing all over the place. And interestingly, just less than a year in America, her accent changed. She spoke with the American accent. Is it true that she lost that baby? Run the reading, my Lord. Adwoa Safo hints she lost her child. That's what she's saying. Run it, my youth. It says, the member of parliament for Domi Kwabenya constituency, Sarah Adwoa Safo, has given a hint of what happened to her during her prolonged absence from the house. Speaking to her constituents at the Kwabenya market in a video shared on Facebook by UTV, Adwoa Safo hinted at losing her child during her travel to the United States of America. The MP indicated that she was pregnant during her previous visit to the market prior to the 2020 elections, but things did not go as planned. If you can recall, in 2020 when I came here during the campaign time, I was not in jeans and kambu like I am today. I was in maternity clothing when I alighted from the car. It is the prayer of every pregnant woman that she gives birth safely to a healthy baby. But God does as he pleases. And in everything, we give thanks to him. She said in Chi. She added, your sister, your MP, your child, when I traveled by God's grace, he saved my life. But I didn't get what I went for. All the same, it is by the grace of God that I am alive. Dash. You see, asem tu bronia. Okatwi. Bature achimi ankwakwa. Bature achimi ankwakwa. Tankwa na ajishi che mmaruae. Bature achimi ankwakwa. Rewind. Bature atachimi ankwakwa. Tankwana ajita tache mmaruae. You know what that means? Those of you who speak Hausa, explain to those who don't speak Hausa. They say when the white person decides to eat palm nut soup, and then there's a lot of pepper in it. We say pepper. You say pepper. A lot of pepper in it. And he's trying to look around, or she's trying to look around to find water, and he or she cannot find water. He starts to speak the language of the people. Please, can you give me water? In their local dialect. Now all the slangs are gone. When she was in America, water. I'm going to drink water. I'm going to the university. Today, all the slangs are dead. I am sad if she truly lost her baby. My brother, my sister, she's a selfish woman. Selfish people go to hell. Selfishness is a trait of Satan. You know why? So because of your baby, the whole nation should crash. Do you know how many women lost their babies and even lost their own lives when you abandon that ministry? You are a fool. It hurts me. You abandon the whole ministry. A whole ministry of gender, children, and social welfare. 3 combined. You wanted to rebrand the witch camp. While they were still killing people they claimed were witches. You ran to America because of your one child. Do you know how many children died because of your carelessness and stupidity? Do you know? Today you want to court sympathy. Because elections are coming. Domi women, they are smart. You know what Domi women said? Do you know what Domi women said? Run it, my youth. If you bring Adwoa Safo, then no vote for NPP. Market women at Domi hoot at Adwoa Safo. Ghanaians are beginning to rise to the occasion. Once beaten, twice shy. Domi, they are hooting at Adwoa Safo. What does the story say? Watch it, my lord. Member of Parliament for Domi Kwabenya, Sarah Adwoa Safo, found herself at the center of vocal opposition. I love this grammar. Vocal opposition during their visit to Domi Market in her constituency last Wednesday. The MP, who has been absent from Parliament and her constituency for an extended period, was met with a chorus of disapproval as as she attempted to reconnect with the constituents. In a viral video circulating on social media and cited by Ghana Web, Adwoa Safo can be seen attempting to engage with market women by shaking hands. But her efforts were overshadowed by disapproval in the form of hooting, shouting, and clapping by some of the traders. The market women expressed their discontent with MP chanting, "We want change, we want change, we want change." And Adwoa Safo, "We don't want to again. Adwoa Safo, we don't want to again." We claim that these are illiterates, right? Well, if they are illiterates, then they are beginning to feel the pang of arrogance. This is not all. This is not all. Let's look at what happened at the market.
We want change, 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 change.
It's sad, and you can see these are the market women hooting at a sitting MP, a sacked minister of state. These women went through hell. With her bodyguards around her, the women are still hooting, and you can see that her walking changed. Dummy women, I want to thank you. I want to say that you have done what is most needed. Oh, what a shame. You see what politics can do? It can make a grown-up woman behave like an ass. Before elections, she didn't see the need to apologize to the people. She wrote a letter to the president and members of her party apologizing to them, not to the people of Dome Kwabenya and even Ghana as a whole. Rotten child. Rotten child. And you can say, rotten child. Spoiled child. That is not all. My brother, my sister. There's another headline. We want change. Some dummy market women hoot at Adwoa Safo. And this is Joy FM Online. Dash it away. Dummy and Ghana, please, this is what I need you to do to all the dirty politicians who have let you down. All the dirty ministers who let you down. When they come over during elections, this is the way you need to treat them. Hoot at them. Shame them. Let them feel the pain that you felt. She had the chance to take a child to America. You couldn't even get a bed at Kolebu. She had the chance to go to America for the best of health care. Health care that her dirty government is not ready to replicate in Ghana. Today, this arrogant, spoiled child now has the chance to come and stand before you and tell you, yeah, I'm coming to greet you. She's giving you yogurt to eat. What an insult. To God be the glory. My name Blakk Rasta. When we return, we have more for you. Hey! Wayo!
Blackpot, Koku show them.
This is the Black Pot, aka AKUFO-ADDO, in the service of God and country. Remember, here we don't do politics. All we talk about is patriotism. We are rewiring the mindset of our people. And remember, nobody is bigger than the truth. Come here, my youth. Run the story, my youth. Watch the story. Watch it. Rolling up. Barker-Vormawor comes off hiding place. And I'm saying that tongue in cheek. You know the Minister of National Security sued him, right? This is the Minister of National Security. Shameless brutes, all of them. Do you remember this? Do you remember the pajamas? This was the minister who went on a national assignment. Listen, choosing my words so carefully, judiciously, meticulously. This man here, he's called Kandapa. He's nearing 70. He went on a national assignment using the taxpayers' money. Internationally, he went there to be able to pick up some knowledge that will help us secure our nation more. And when he went, his libido betrayed him. Look at what he's wearing there. It's the pajamas. That was that day. You see the woman on the right? That woman, my brother, my sister, this man called looking for sex. And this woman, young lady, was ordering him about. 10 left, he turned. 10 right. Hey, 360. He went round. Oh, and then he kept saying, but I can't see your face. But I can't see your face. I can't see your face. I said, you turn around. And he kept turning. But where are you? I can't see your face. The woman was ordering our Minister of National Security. And the guy here has no knowledge of iPhones, no knowledge of any technology. And this is an analog-minded minister in the digital space. This guy never ever apologize to the good people of Ghana for betraying us like that. And they expect us to respect them just because they are old. Such idiots. They know how to chase journalists, lock them up and beat the hell out of them because they took a single photograph of a building they claim is secured. National security, you seen the taxpayers' money. National duty, you went looking for sex. The lady recorded the whole thing and put it out in the public space. I don't know how he dealt with his wife and family about it. That's his private matter. But I am worried about Ghana. If I were him, I'm a man too. I enjoy sex as well. Probably. If I was caught in this, the first thing I would do is to resign after I apologize. Even if the president begged me to return, I would not come back. Because I've let my people down. Let it go down in the annals of history that I made this mistake and I owned up to it. But up to now, this guy hasn't apologized. Barker-Vormawor. Do we all know him? This is the guy. I interviewed him on my radio show the other day. He's a humble guy. When I interviewed him, I changed so many different things that I used to hold against him from that one interview. Of course, he wants to see a better Ghana. It's possible that there's youthful exuberance in him as well. You can cut off some of those things and let those go. Barker-Vormawor said that they tried to bribe him and some members of the Fix the Country campaign. And he mentioned a meeting he had with Kandapa. That one, Kandapa was quick enough to come and threaten a lawsuit. But where he went to unleash his libido so shamelessly, he has never spoken about it. The old president, Nana Akufo-ADDO, is not bothered about it. Well, it came out that they were trying to find Oliver Barker-Vormawor, but he was not available. They went to his residence, they couldn't find him. So early this morning, Oliver Barker-Vormawor went to the court himself. I saw a post that he put out on Facebook and also on X, Twitter. That is it. The Minister for National Security has filed a suit against me. It's his right. My address is a matter of public record. In fact, based on information the minister supplied the police, they went to court to lie that I have weapons, bullets, and grenades in my house. I am standing trial for treason. Several processes filed list my address. Several processes filed list my address. So they know his address. Yet they said they couldn't find him. A search warrant was obtained on the basis of that information. And properties, 3 of them, were searched. They found only groundnuts, of course. Peanuts, you say in America. Now this man files a lawsuit and indicates to the court that he himself will direct the service. Weeks later, for PR, he comes and tells that it has not been able to effect personal service on the defendant and it has become impracticable to do so, as I do not know the place of abode of the defendant, and attempts to effect service at his known workplace have also proved unsuccessful. These were his words. Can you believe this? Minister of National Security cannot find a very popular guy involved in so many demonstrations. You can't find him. You go to court and tell the court that you have tried his abode where he lay and you can't find him. Are we safe? Are we safe? If you can't find Oliver Barker-Vormawor, how can you find Al-Shabaab? If you cannot find Oliver Barker-Vormawor in Ghana, how can you find what's that thing called? Al-Shabaab. How can you find Al-Shabaab? How can you find Al-Qaeda? That means that the ministry is on automatic flight, autoplay, autopilot. Bring the final part of that thing. His tweet. That's what he said. He said, now my Joy Online, Asasi Radio and Ghana Web report the information as Barker-Vormawor evades service. Evading where? What does evasion mean? Is that the media standard? Everybody in this town knows where to find me except the Minister of National Security. And you people lap this up. Good thing. Good people are discerning. My brother, he went to the court, sat down for 2 solid hours, waiting for the Minister of National Security to come and serve him. You can't find me. I've brought myself. Serve me. And he left the place without being served. What happened? Was it a publicity stunt? The minister just wanted to be seen to be doing something. Serve him. Or you take us for fool. Oh, what a country of fools. Run it, my youth. Watch it. 10 million Ghana cedi suit. Kandapa fails to serve Barker-Vormawor in court. What is Ghana Web writing? Run the story. The Minister for National Security, Albert Kandapa, reportedly accused Oliver Barker-Vormawor, a lead convener of the Fix the Country movement, of evading bailiffs who are to serve him regarding his defamation suit. Kandapa, on October 19, 2023, initiated a defamation suit against Oliver Barker-Vormawor in response to claims made by the Fix the Country convener, alleging that the National Security Minister offered him a bribe of $1 million to halt Fix the Country demonstrations against the government. The minister reportedly indicated that he was going to apply to the High Court requesting an order to allow substituted service in order to serve Oliver Barker-Vormawor, claiming that the former had been evading the bailiffs who are to serve him the court documents. That's it. So, bring it back. Bring that same thing back. There's a portion that I would like to confirm. Look at the third paragraph. Well, look at the second paragraph. It says, on Friday, Oliver announced on X that he was at court, awaiting the bailiffs to serve him. He said that he had been waiting at the High Court. The minister had indicated he would file the request for substitute service. For the past 2 hours, I've been sitting in the court. Kandapa advertised that he was coming for a substituted order to serve me today. Since Kandapa said he can't find me, I am here to find him. Guess what? Not a single soul in sight. Judge has been waiting since 9 a.m. Me too, I am waiting. Today, they will serve me by your mercy, he wrote. They ended up not serving him. I saw a photo of him in court sitting there, waiting to be served. It didn't happen. Who is playing hide and seek with us? Who is joking with us? Any which way. Ghana shall prosper. I like the boldness of Oliver Barker-Vormawor. To God be the glory. We shall make it. When we return, we will be reading your messages. Hey! Wayo!
Blakk, AKUFO-ADDO.
This is the Blakk Pot, aka AKUFO-ADDO, and here we speak truth to power. Let's see your comments. All right, so these are the comments that you have sent in on both YouTube and also on Facebook. Wanini Boy says, Wayo, so Lejima Wena says, welcome back. Thank God it's Friday. Wayo. Wanini Boy says, Blakk, I acknowledge you cause the things you did do. Your motherland is unbelievable. Well, respect. J. Stephen says, Amoah fire always. Salute, sir. Watching live from Venice in Italy. Blessed love, J. Stephen. And Petrina O2 says, greetings, Blakk Rasta. Wayo. This one is from TCGJ. TCJJ says, Blakk Pot, AKUFO-ADDO. And then Joe Emmanuel Nkrumah said, hey, Joe Emmanuel, long time no see, no here. Hey, where have you been all this while? He says, good evening, Blakk Rasta. It's been a while. Respectfully, I disagree with you that former President Mahama made Ghanaians poor instead. His government made provisions for the future, but we didn't comprehend that. Well, opinions are like noses, so we all have one, right? Joy Emmanuel comes back and he says, Ghanaians rather felt things should change without making sacrifices, and that is why we felt Mahama made us worst. On corruption, I challenge anyone to come out with any evidence of it against him. Hey, my brother. Corruption? Are you sure? Are you sure you want to go into it? My brother, it's better to confront the issues and give a man a chance to get better, rather than put garnishing on it and pretend that nothing went wrong. That way we are making it worse, and there would not be any need bringing Mahama back. If Mahama today comes to stand on the podium, listen, Emmanuel, and tells Ghanaians, oh, everything I did was corrupt. I beg your pardon, everything I did was right. There was no corruption. Oh, I made Ghanaians richer, but they didn't, and nobody is going to vote for Mahama. He made mistakes. He himself agreed that he made mistakes. My brother, it was during his tenure of office, we carried money in a plane to go and give to players. Was it in Brazil? Mahama made mistakes. But even with the corruption in the days of Mahama, trust me, AKUFO-ADDO is the great-grandfather of corruption. Mahama himself has agreed that he made mistakes. And that yes, there was corruption in his tenure of office, but he's a better person now. He's learned from his mistakes. Please, if you say Mahama's tenure of office, there was no corruption, what happened to RLG and the rest? What happened in the days of Mahama? Some people were arrested and locked up because they took some money. How they got that money was even dubious. Some of them are still in jail. What happened to... Please. Anyway, well, this is, civil discourse. So you bring your opinion, I bring my opinion, and yeah, we become a better people, right? Francis Ampim says, Jah guide you and your crew. Blakk, the show is live, both in Ghana and beyond. And it's all about the truth. No one is bigger than the truth. Woyo. Hey, Joe Emmanuel, let Mahama come out today and say, yeah, my government was never corrupt. It was 100% right. Yes, Ghanaians, we made you richer, but you didn't understand. So that was, hey, nobody, I will not even vote for him. That's if I vote at all. He made mistakes. It's for a man to say, yes, I made mistakes, but I am ready to become a better man. Because the mistakes were, why did Ghanaians vote him out? Oh, don't let me go too much into it. Joe Emmanuel Nkrumah says, let's be minded. Samora Machel once said, for the nation to live, tribe must die. That's correct. And that issue is what has taken us to where we are now. Tribe led us to reject Mahama. And so, yes, it was part of it. I agree with you. We are a very tribalistic nation. I'm glad that the tribalists are all gravitating back, finding their roots back to reward hard work and good mind. And Mahama, just as Prince Amoah said, made mistakes. He had problems in his government. He should look at it and develop a bigger picture. Mohammed Mubarak says, Blakk Rasta, I love your personality. Okay, I love you personally. Watching you live from Benin Republic. Hey, big up my people them inside Benin. Love. Lab Bisa says, Blakk, when it comes to nepotism, family and friends, big spending government, I will pick Mahama over BAWUMIA 1 million times. Well, yet another opinion. Labisa says, because when you are bitten by a snake before, you will run when you see a rope in the dark. I agree with you. Mohammed Mubarak says, dash, Adwoa Safo away. What the Adam says is good Ghanaians are beginning to learn sense. 2024 will indeed be interesting, especially during the election time. The day the fool gets wiser, then the play with their minds is over. All right. Joe Emmanuel Nkrumah says, Blakk, did you say he went on a national duty? Yes, national assignment. National assignment. Sponsored by the taxpayer. Ghana taxpayer. Yes. No. He rather went on modeling to justify the inclusion, his inclusion, and the need to be accepted by his side chick, shameless old man. Well, tongue in cheek, I agree with you. Tongue in cheek. Humor. That's correct. Well, this is coming from Facebook. And then Derek Bilson Ankara says, Blakk Rasta, me feel you, sir. Feel you too. Derek Bilson says, Amen. Oxy Kobina Ross says, Blakk Rasta. Maxwell Ahiadada says, more fire. TCGJ says, fire all over. Blakk Rasta. Blessed love. All right. Zion Genesis says hi. TCJJ in the service of God and country. Solejima Winner says good evening, Blakk Rasta. So far so good. Your show giving me so much opportunity to learn more. God bless you. Yes. Big up yourself, my winner. Yes. Love, love, love. John B. Campbell says John Mahama will never come back. There's no chance to play games with the people. Another opinion. And that is beautiful. I love that. Frank Kopite says, someone's failure makes another man look very good. That's correct. At least the last thing you see on your way out of the country and the first thing you see when you enter the country is the world-class terminal 3 airports. The old men are visionless. I like that as well. John Mahama will never come back. That's what John B. Campbell is saying. And Emmanuel Warden says, John B. Campbell, but there is a chance for BAWUMIA. Or, well, he's asking if there's a chance for BAWUMIA. He's asking, is there a chance for BAWUMIA? But there's no chance for Mahama. BAWUMIA is the worst politician in this time that we're full of lies. Lie. Just yesterday he was complaining that some people were saying lies about him. When you give lies, you get lies back. Run it by you. Babchiko says, you got my respect. Blessed love. Lord James says, useless Rasta asoto. Nchu dirty man. Who is that useless Rasta? Where is he? I'm trying to find him. I can't find him. Okay. And then Emmanuel Warden says, Lord James, no wonder. Insult is your trademark. Looking at the profile pics. Okay, well, I think there's somebody there that has dreadlocks. He's calling a useless Rasta. Asoto Rasta. Well. Wilberforce Kojo Abuaji says, which anticipation? From where? Do these people... You want to ask if these people are Ghanaians? I doubt. Well, again... That is another civil discourse that we're having right now. K2 South says, Adwoa is an uncouth girl. Which of the Adwoas? SB Abdullah says, thumbs up. And then K2 South says, Adwoa Safo is Jimakpla. Which Adwoa? Okay, Adwoa Safo. Okay. All right. Kwabena Rose says, Adwoa Safo should rather go and be with a family. Exactly. Family first. Please deal with the family. My name is Blakk Rasta. I want to say thank you so much for coming. Let's look at the next story as quickly as we can. And watch me. He says what? AKUFO-ADDO confesses reason for BAWUMIA VEEP choice. He chose him as his vice president. They lost the election in the first part, and then boom, they made it. And when you look at the picture, it looks like a good student standing before a really serious teacher. And things are happening. When you look at the face of the old man, you can see that, this is a serious time. This was one of the things that made people believe that Nana AKUFO-ADDO was in there to do serious business. Right? There are more pictures, right? Okay, so these are happy times. After they robbed Ghana of happiness, now they are laughing at Ghana. Jokers in power. Come here! Run the story, and you can see him bowing before the master. My brother, my sister, as for people from the north, they are always so respectful. They will bow. When I greet people, I bow. That's how it is. Nigerians are also like that. Some of them can even kneel on the ground just to greet you. Run the story, my youth. I chose BAWUMIA as my running mate due to his honesty and cleverness. AKUFO-ADDO discloses. Run it, my youth. President Nana Addo Dankwa AKUFO-ADDO has for the first time publicly revealed the reasons behind the selection of Dr. Mahmoud BAWUMIA as his running mate, despite the avalanche of other well-qualified members of the New Patriotic Party. According to the president, Dr. BAWUMIA is a truthful and goal-oriented person who is always determined to ensure team goals are achieved. Gosh. Bring it back. Now look at the last paragraph. He also added that he needed somebody from the north to help him govern the country and unify the nation as a whole. I'm glad that he started by mentioning that, oh, he's truthful, he's clever, before he said that he also needed somebody from the north. Our geographical location should never be part of a consideration when we are looking for the ultimate. Imagine I said, listen, I said ultimate. My brother, if we are looking for the ultimate, we have to look at the most qualified. If the most qualified comes from a certain geographical area that we want to encourage, fair enough. If it doesn't, don't let us bend the rules and lower the standards in order to satisfy some people. So I don't agree with, I needed a northerner. You got a clever guy, you got a truthful guy, but do Ghanaians agree that BAWUMIA is truthful? Do you agree? I'm just asking. Is BAWUMIA clever? I don't think he is. If he was, he would not allow himself to be used by Nana AKUFO-ADDO on those shameless sprees of lying. If BAWUMIA was clever, I am not sure that he will betray his own people. In the Muslim communities, Canada, Japan is even more popular than BAWUMIA. How come? Because they feel betrayed. They feel betrayed. Any which way. This is the Black Pot, aka AKUFO-ADDO, where we speak truth to power.
Go on, Skipper George.
Blakk pot, AKUFO-ADDO, man.
Go on, Skipper George.
Blakk pot, AKUFO-ADDO, man.
Go on, Skipper George.
This is the Black Pot, aka AKUFO-ADDO, where we speak truth to power. Last story, and we are done. And the last story, my brother, my sister, is deep. NPP not splitting apart. Is it true? And who is saying that? Gabi Asare Ochredakun. Come here. Watch me. Now this is the pseudo Prime Minister of the Republic of Ghana, and I'm going to make it snappy. He has something to tell us. He is close to the president because he's the president's nephew. People believe that he's the one running the country. He doesn't want to take a political office because he's British. He was born in Chelsea and he holds a British passport. It's against the laws of Ghana to hold a political office that sensitive holding a British passport. But he is bigger than even those who hold political offices by virtue of the fact that the president is his uncle. Today he said something. Run it, my youth. Don't be fooled to think there is disunity in the NPP. Gabi Asare Ochredakun, run the story. A leading member of the New Patriotic Party, NPP, Gabi Asare Ochredakun, says people should not be fooled into thinking there is disunity in the NPP. He said the NPP is a political party that allows for free speech, and that may create the impression that they are not united. This may give the impression of disunity, but no, it is what it is. It is what the NPP has always been, especially in periods of transition. Today, it is heightened and amplified by the speed and distance at which sensational news files. Free expression is dash. Say umamewu. Now we say wada. If your mother is dead and you claim that she's alive, don't worry, it's just a matter of days. When the smell starts flying around, you will quickly look for a grave. The NPP is dead. It's dead. It's finished. And I told you, watch the space. Kennedy Japan is spending so much money to be flag bearer. He's going to lose. And when he loses, that is when he will get so angry and bring the ultimate showdown. He will release deep secrets. And that will finish the party. What we call the death nail will be nailed into the coffin. Watch it. Already, Ghanaians don't even want to hear about the NPP. NPP members are all running away from the party. Because Nana AKUFO-ADDO is not a unifier. Even key members of the party are saying it. So how can you talk about unity when there is a disunifier as your president? It's not possible. Dash it away. All right. So we have to go now. I want to say thank you so much. I appreciate you. And I love you. Let's look at your final messages. And we are done. It's been the Blakk Pot, a.k.a. AKUFO-ADDO. Faisal Nuruddin says, Wayo! Kale Abiu says, this is madness. GH leaders. Petrina Otu says, Black Rasta, please, when did you say you were coming to the U.S.? Oh, yes. I'll be in the U.S. on Wednesday by the grace of the Most High. So get in touch. Our numbers are scrolling on the screen. Yes, you can also, leave your contact and all that. I'm sure you want to make a donation to Black Empire Media for the Blakk Pot. We'll be glad to receive a donation in terms of equipment and, things like that, cameras and all that. We'll be glad to, receive that. But if you want a handshake too, it is also appreciated. It is also loved. Joe Emmanuel Nkrumah says, Blakk, I agree mistakes were made. That is without contention. But we must admit he dealt with these corruption-related issues and even arrested some persons involved. I am not saying he was an angel. Then case closed. We are finished. We are done. Some people were arrested. I like the swiftness with which he dealt with the big buttocks woman who wanted to have $1 million and leave politics. The swiftness, the speed was good. In contrast, Nana Addo says, oh, Sisila Dapa, you shall be exonerated. Joe Emmanuel Nkrumah says, at least Mahama would be, what's the word? I can't see it from here. To our issues, but confront the issues head on and build our country like he was doing when we didn't have patience to let him continue. All right, I think I get the sense of what you're saying. Well, we appreciate you, Emmanuel. And Kale Abiu says, it's true. Yeah, it's true. Faisal Nuruddin says, Black Rasta, may the Almighty Allah richly bless you. Woyo. Joe Emmanuel Nkrumah says, Black, thanks for this. We need to admonish people who think VEEP or political positions should be given based on where one is coming from. We should seek competence and patriotism first in our appointments. I agree with you. Labisa says, NPP is just standing on a thin rope about to break soon. And he says, sleeping president, Kajiwawa. That's what it is. And this is from Facebook. It says, Adwoa Safo should rather go and be with a family. And this is from Covenant Ross. Hey, Adwoa Safo, you see, so that's Soleji Mawena. TCJJ says, Otto, and it says, Obama from Kenya, sir. Oh yes, Kenya. Not Rwanda. and not Ghana, Kenya. Of course, his father was from Kenya. Richard Nate says, what happened to Adwoa Safo is the beginning of what will happen to many of these selfish and corrupt politicians in Ghana. Them not see nothing yet. Them think say, them day wise. Hey, come here. And this from Milwaukee, USA, from Richard Nate. Thank you so much. Ahmed Nouveau, Richard, says, Black Rasta, I'm watching you live from Malabo. Oh, wow. I would like to go to Malabo one of these days. You are too much. More fire. Respect, Richard. And Alexander Kwesi says, for my 50 years as a Ghanaian, all I can say is that NDC will build and NPP will destroy. Alexander says he's 50 years. I will be 50 next year, September. I can't wait to be 50. I never fit as a Moses. Country South, BAWUMIA is just a senior form of Nanado. I agree with you. JM is better than BAWUMIA. K2 South says, if BAWUMIA can be president, then John Mahama will come again. John Mahama is far better than Nana Addo and BAWUMIA combined. Victor Bosu says, Black Rasta, I really like your show so many years ago. All right. Thank you. I learned a lot listening to you. I wish I meet you one day. Where are you? What's your location? I will find you. A handshake and a hug will do. But I want to say thank you for supporting this show. We're going to be in the United States from Wednesday. I'm going to be there for just 20 days. In fact, 2 weeks and 6 days. And then I will return to this beautiful country again. We are going to try and get some equipment for our studios. We are hoping to be able to build a TV station and also to be able to build a radio station by the grace of the Most High. Any support that you can give to us will be appreciated. Our numbers are on the screen. You can leave your numbers with us. We will try and reach you when we get to the U.S. Remember, our number is 0244 499 461. Yes, plus 233 244. All right, 499 461. Yes, that's right. You will see it coming. That's what is rolling up right now. For enquiries, for business enquiries, please contact. And the number flows. That's the number. Send us a message if you want us to contact you when we are in the U.S. Maybe you have some equipment to donate to us. Let it come from deep within you. We shall contact you and come over. Yes, it's on WhatsApp as well. So just send us the messages. We'll get in contact with you. In the interim, this is the number. Yes, plus 233 244 499 461. Black Empire Media. And to such time when I now walk up again, God bless, no less, no stress. I'm going to catch you again on Monday. And that might be the last show till we return. But we have more information for you. Wayo!
Power,